Hello, everyone. Welcome to the North Shore Latino Business Association and Center. Thank you for being here tonight. Tonight is the candidate night. We want you to have the opportunity to be able to introduce yourself and to tell us a little bit about why you're running. And you only have 1 minute, so find the right words and do this. Muchas gracias por estar aquí. Buenas noches. I am Frances Martinez, President, Founder of the North Shore Latino Business Association and Center. Soy la presidenta fundadora de North Shore Latino Business Association y la asociación. Esta noche es la noche de los candidatos. Los candidatos tienen 1 minuto para presentarse, para decir su nombre y tener algunas palabras para decir el por qué están corriendo para ser líderes importantes, líderes municipales de esta ciudad de Lynn, una ciudad de tantas oportunidades, de tantos agradecimientos en sentido de que nos han acogido a nosotros los latinos y nos han ayudado a nosotros a expandir. We are so appreciative of this city. The city have welcomed the Latino community, help us grow, and here we are presenting what it is important for the whole entire community. Learn about what you have to offer in this city. Entonces, vamos a empezar inmediatamente hablando de unos puntos importantes de esta organización. I'd like to say a couple of words in regards to this association. This association is going to celebrate their 12th anniversary on September 17 at a gala annual dinner, and that will be in Danbusport. We are going to celebrate almost 800 members. Vamos a celebrar casi 800 miembros el 17 de septiembre en la gala cena anual de esta organización. Y esto es bastante grande. This is pretty big. 800 members in only 12 years. That has already gone over the expectation of any business organization in the nation. Not only the city or the state, but the nation. Esto realmente ha roto el récord de una organización como esta con casi 800 miembros. Esto se ha ido más allá de la expectativa, no solamente nacionalmente, sino, o sea, no solamente local, sino nacionalmente. Organizaciones de negocios como esta, usualmente en pocos años, pues solamente son pocos miembros. Pero nosotros hemos entregado un servicio que lo que hace es ayudar a los pequeños comercios a crecer, pero también a unirlo a la comunidad, a unir qué es importante para nosotros, cómo, de qué manera nosotros podemos ser parte de una comunidad donde se pueda presentar la importancia de la economía, de las inversiones, de la educación y de muchas cosas más. This is very important for us. Why? Because this organization has shown that the services that we provide is really helping the community grow. The small business sector receive that assistance. We are able to communicate all the information. We are the bridge to help the small businesses continue to grow, but we also are investing. We are in the education level. We are also upgrading ourselves. In terms, when I say upgrade, is because we're learning the process and we're really engaging. Like the Latinos engaging to be part of the municipality, to be important leaders in this community. We are just growing in so many ways, in so many areas that I think that all of you need to learn why we're doing this, because by doing this, you know that our ethnicity, our community is important. The Latino community is the largest group in the nation, and I think that all of the Latinos out there need to learn that they need to engage, and that's part of our mission. But also, remember, we are big in the economic sector. We want all the small Latino business in the community to be able to have that communication directly with all of you. Why? Because if they don't know where to go, they're gonna be left behind, and we don't want that, okay? Entonces, I'm not gonna speak more because what we want to do, you are the important people tonight, and we want you to be able to introduce yourself. You're not only introducing to those that are here, but also the Lynn Community Television is here tonight supporting the North Shore Latino Business Association and supporting all of you. Entonces, vamos a empezar esto. I'm going to give you instruction how we are going to do this. 1 minute, say your name. If your name is not that long, you actually have time to be able to say why you're running in the position in your area. Not everybody is here. I know there's an event going on. I know a lot of people supporting the person that is having their fundraiser, but they have confirmed that they will be here. So eventually we'll start with the school committee, then we're gonna go with Councilor at Large, and then ward councilor. And in between, I'm going to have one of our ward councilor who is a member of the association as well, who needs to leave, and we're gonna give that opportunity, and you know who you are. So, muchas gracias. Vamos a empezar esto. Inmediatamente empezamos con el comité, perdón, con los concejales generales, Councilor at Large. And I will start with Brian Field. I'm sorry. Did I say school committee? See, they kept themselves quiet. They kept themselves quiet. So vamos a empezar con el comité escolar. Se quedaron calladitos los miembros del comité porque querían que yo empezara con el otro grupo. Entonces, comité escolar, inmediatamente vamos a llamar, I am calling members from the school committee and candidates from the school committee, and I will call Eric Dugan.
Well, good evening, everybody, and thank you to the NSLBA for running this event tonight. It's always a valuable tool for us to get in front of the community and tell us who you are and introduce ourselves, and I don't have a lot of time, so I'm going to do that. My name's Eric Dugan. I'm running for school committee because, first of all, I'm a public school teacher. I've been a public school teacher for 22 years now, so I bring that unique perspective of life in the classroom, what it's like for teachers, what it's like for our students. It helps me make decisions with curriculum. It helps me make decisions on the budget. And I think it's a very important asset to the committee that they have a public school teacher there, myself. But the other thing is, the first term, I feel like a year and a half, 2 years, we got started on a lot of work. There's a lot of work that still needs to be done. My opinion is the Lynn Public Schools are moving in the right direction, but we still have a lot of work to do. So I'm asking for re-election. I'm hoping that you guys consider that on September 5th and November 7th. On September 5th, I'm number 7 on the ballot. And Eric Dugan. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Eric. Next, I'm going to call Brian Castellanos.
I once heard this from a mentor: be good, be brief, and be out. So I want to introduce myself. I'm Brian Castellanos. I am a first-generation low-income Latino. I am a almost 6-year school committee member. I'm a graduate of Lynn Public Schools, Lynn English, go Dogs. I'm also a licensed social worker, so I've worked in child welfare for about 7 years now. Elected member of SEIU Local 509. I'm really here to tell you that I am one of the most committed, most passionate, and honestly, the most caring person that I can even imagine. Like, when you run for school committee, like, you gotta have passion for helping others, especially children. And I've remained committed every single day. I think that's something that when you gotta choose wise. Out here in the crowd, thank you for coming, but you gotta be wise on who you pick on the school committee, at large, for council, your mayors. I wanna thank you for being here. Thank you, because it takes a lot of a commitment to be here on your nights off when you could be with your family. So I'm really just grateful to be part of this process. I'm really not much of a salesman. I don't got a 1-minute pitch, but I know I got one of the most solid work ethics you're ever gonna see. I've been on the school committee for almost 6 years, and I just wanna get things done. Thank you.
I guess I'll use that bell. Ding, 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 ding. Okay, next we're gonna call Ms. Lorraine Gately.
First, I want to thank you all for coming. I want to thank Latino Business Association for having me here. I want to let you know I'm going for my 5th term, and the things that I have accomplished on the school committee are many. with school committee members. The most important thing I need to tell you today is that we elected a bilingual Spanish-speaking superintendent to lead us. And I am so grateful, well, thank you. And I'm so grateful because she is giving a perspective that this city has needed for a long, long time. And her future, I mean, her vision for our future is that it is going to be brilliant. And I look forward to working with her in the next term. So I passionately ask you for one of your 6 votes so I can continue on this journey with Dr. Alvarez and the rest of the committee. Thank you. Have a good night.
Next to call, Tiffany Jane Magnolia.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Tiffany Magnolia, and I am serving on my first term on the school committee. I am a professor at North Shore Community College. I'm a Girl Scout leader. I'm a mom of a kid in the Lynn Public Schools. And so what I bring to the office, what I have brought this last year and a half, and I hope to do for another term, is a deep knowledge about education, about educational policy. I serve on the policy committee and the curriculum committee, and I have spent a lot of time understanding the issues before they come before us. One of the big things that matters to me is that equity be reached across the Lynn Public Schools. You could see this when we were dealing with materials specifically about our dual language programs and expanding our dual language. This is a very important issue to me. And so I would say, please, I'm asking for one of your 6 votes in September and November. Send me back to do the good work I've already started on the school committee. Thank you.
Next to call, Lenny Peña.
Good evening, everyone. How you doing? My name is Lenny Peña, and I'm a lifelong learner. And first of all, I want to thank you for all being here. I want to thank the North Shore Latino Business Association. I am a proud member of the association. Well, once again, I'm Lenny Peña. I'm serving my first term on the school committee. I'm a lifelong learner, and I'm invested and committed to our public schools. I have three children that attend our public schools. Also, one of the great achievements that I was part of, I was part of the Superintendent Search Committee, and which produced the very first Hispanic superintendent of our Lynn Public Schools, which I think will bring a different perspective, something that's needed in our community. Mi nombre es Lenny Peña. Estoy sirviendo en mi primer término del comité escolar. Soy un miembro orgulloso de la Asociación de Negocios del Latino y en el día 5 de septiembre, vote por mí, por favor. Ustedes se merecen una voz latina. Gracias.
Okay, next to call is Daniel Richard.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for everybody coming out here. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Francis, and the North Shore Latino Business Association. So my name is Daniel Richard. I'm running for Lynn School Committee. I've lived in Lynn my whole life. I'm a product of the Lynn public school system, but also, too, I had a son who was in the public school system as well. As most people here know, my son is autistic. That's a big part of my platform on why I'm running. Having somebody at the table with that mindset, but also with those skills is very huge and very important as well. And also bringing financial literacy and kind of up in that game is very important to me. Yo soy Daniel Richard, yo soy colombiano, yo estoy un candidato por la Escuela Committee y yo quiero ayudar las familias, tiene los niños con special needs porque es muy importante por mí, porque yo tengo un niño con autismo, eso es muy importante por mí. Yo tengo una esposa, ella es dominicana, con 4 niños y los niños tienen Hood, Marshall y English también, and ellos speak. Thank you.
Next to call is Walkiria Laguizamón. Lo dije bien.
Buenas noches. Mi nombre es Walkiria Leguizamón. Gracias por la invitación. Muchísimas gracias por estar aquí. Mi nombre es Walkiria Leguizamón y estoy corriendo para Comité Escolar de la ciudad. Soy la primera generación de inmigrantes de la ciudad, de inmigrante latino en mi familia a los Estados Unidos. Llegué a los Estados Unidos cuando tenía 16 años. Pasé por todo el proceso de aprender inglés porque no sabía nada y hoy tengo un bachillerato de Springfield College. Estoy felizmente casada con mi esposo Scott y tenemos 3 maravillosos hijos. El motivo por el que estoy corriendo para comité escolar es porque deseo que los padres tengan una voz. También quiero asegurarme que el problema de sobrepopulación sea manejado correctamente. También quiero asegurarme que la comunicación sea clara y efectiva entre los padres, la administración y los maestros. Hi everyone, my name is Walkiria Leguizamon. I am running for a school committee. I am a first generation immigrant from the Dominican Republic. I came here when I was 16 years of age. I am happily married to my husband Scott and I have 3 wonderful children. I am grateful for the opportunity to give parents a voice. I believe that is actually what is missing in our system. I also would love to have a say in the issues of overcrowding and create effective communication within our school system. Thank you.
Next, I will call Andrea Satterwhite.
Hi, my name is Andrea Satterwhite, and I'm running for Lynn School Committee. Simple reason is for my children. I'm a mother of 3. 2 of them are in the Lynn Public School System currently, and 1 is going to be in next year. I'm a lifelong Lynn resident as well, and I went through Lynn Public School System myself. I went to Ingalls, Marshall, and Lynn Tech. I'm an LVTI graduate who was in health technology. And I graduated from Health Tech to be a certified nursing assistant and went on for my master's. Currently a nurse practitioner, certified in family and pediatrics. And just as I advocate for my patients as a nurse practitioner, I want to advocate for our students, mine and yours. And that's the reason why I'm running for Lynn School Committee. My platform is based on top priority is number 1, student achievement, community partnerships, educational training, and student achievement. Those are my focuses. Thank you, and I hope to get at least 1 of our 6 votes for Lynn School Committee. Thank you.
Thank you. Now I'm going to call Sean Reed.
Thank you, Francis. Can I take this off?
Don't take it with you.
I'm too tall for this. Thank you, Francis, and thank you all for being here today. I'm also a proud member of the North Shore Latino Business Association. I'm running for Lynn School Committee to bring a new generation of leadership to our schools. I believe I have the vision, the experience, and the passion to do the job. I'm passionate for education as the husband of a Lynn Public Schools teacher, as someone who wants to raise his family in the city, and as someone who went to the schools. I also have the experience to do the job working in Senator Brendan Crichton's office. I work on a number of issues facing our residents daily, and I also know how to navigate state and policy and agencies, so I think that would be a huge asset to the committee. I'm also involved in a bunch of organizations, youth organizations throughout the city, whether it be the Lynn Rotary Club, the Lynn YMCA board, and I also co-founded my own nonprofit, Kayak and Sail Lynn. My vision to do my vision in school committee, 1 is the infrastructure of our schools. We all know the conditions of our schools. I don't got to go over that, but we need to make a change and push for reforms at the higher levels. The other thing is developing better college and career pathways, especially with experiential learning and the trades. And finally, I want to expand pre-K. I think that's very tied to economic development. So thank you so much. Francis is yelling at me.
Give me an extra minute.
Sorry. Okay, and next I'm going to call Sandra Lopez. Sandra Lopez, ¿no está? Okay. Seguido a Stacy Bryan Brown. They sat you on the run side. Huh? They sat you on the run side.
Oh, they did?
Yes.
Hi. My name is Stacy Bryant Brown. I am a candidate for the
Check. Sorry for that. Let's check. Hello, 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 hello.
Works. Hear me now? My name is Stacy Bryant Brown. I am a candidate for the Lynn School Committee, and I am a lifelong resident of Lynn. And I'm a graduate from Lynn Classical High School and a graduate from Salem State University. I am running for the Lynn School Committee because of the job that I do. I am a Lynn Juvenile Court Officer. You can throw a rock across the street where I work, right over there.
Talk, talk, talk. Continue.
Okay. I have had the many opportunity to see kids and their cases, the outcome of their cases that haven't turned out in their favor. And I've always wanted to run for school committee because I want to make a difference. I want to be able to advocate for them because when they come to Lynn Juvenile Courts, they don't have that oomph, that drive to want to continue their education in high school, whatever the case may be. And I always encourage them that you can do it. So I would like for you to consider me as one of your 6 folks. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And next, we're going to call Judith Wilson.
Good evening. Good evening, everyone. My name is Judith Wilson. Thank you for coming. I am delighted to be here this evening. It is simple why I'm running because I am a former substitute teacher in the Lynn Public School System. I am a mental health clinician, social worker for many years. And so I've worked collaboratively with parents, teachers, schools, stakeholders, so many entities to bring people together. Because of this background, I do have what it takes to be a member of the school committee because I'm also concerned about school infrastructure, engaging parents, bullying in school. When I walk around and talk to parents in the city, my Lynners, we should be concerned. There are some things that are not being reported. We should be concerned. I am concerned enough why I want to run. So I stand here humbly before you and would love to work and to serve, to do work with current school committee members, parents, students, stakeholders alike, to bring about the necessary change for the betterment of our students. Please consider me when you're voting on September 5th and November 7th. Thank you so much.
Thank you, and that's been the school committee candidates. Esos son los miembros del comité, todos ellos que están aquí, que tomaron su tiempo para poder presentarse a ustedes, la audiencia, la comunidad. They've been here tonight to present, to introduce themselves to you, to the community, and for you to know who they are. Thank you so much. Entonces seguimos aquí. Voy a llamar al señor del concejal número 6. Ya tiene que retirarse. I'm going to call Ward Councilor 6. He needs to leave, but I want to be able to introduce him because he has been one of those advocates for the North Shore Latino Business Association and our membership. And I know I don't want to miss you, people to know that you were here.
Absolutely. Yeah, no matter what, if I have an opponent or not, I'm always going to show up to this here. North Shore Latino Business Association is very big for the businesses in Ward 6. I have a lot of Latino businesses that rely on help. And Frances always reaches out when she needs help with those businesses, and I make sure we work together for those businesses. But I'm the Ward 6 City Councilor. I'm elected by the people, I fight for the people, and that's what I do every day. The reason I'm leaving today is I have a housing meeting because one of our constituents is being evicted tomorrow. And I'm meeting with Lynn United for a Change tonight to make sure we can try to avoid that tomorrow. And we have some good negotiations going right now for that person. And I think good things are gonna come out of that when we're done with that. But the reason you run for office is not just during elections year. You should be running for office to do it all the time. All the time, not just during election season. And your people will know that. They'll know when you're knocking on their doors or when you're coming to help them if there's a flood or a tree knocked down or something like that there. Or if they're being evicted because people don't care about people anymore, all right? That's when they know you'll care. But I just say, hey, to everyone here that running for office, you are really a star because it's hard to put your name out there. And when you're elected, if you're elected, I'll welcome you on the city council, no matter what. I will welcome you and I will help you, whoever wins. So good luck to everyone out there. Francis, thank you. Always, always, always.
So I want to echo what Councilor Hogan just said. Quiero hacer eco de lo que acaba de decir el concejal Hogan. Please do not come to our community only when you're running for a position in the city. If you're planning to be someone in this community and you're planning to represent this community, take the 2 years before and start engaging into the community. Come to the business association, learn what is the things that we need help with, how we can really extend our hands and say, how can I help you? I am planning to do something in the future. I often see people coming, knocking on their doors, calling us, sending us email, texting us, and saying, oh, I'm running for so-and-so in some position, and I'd like to meet with you. And sometimes I don't even know those people. And I've been in this community, I've been working in this community for close to 35 years in many, many, many platforms. And I do really want you to take that as something that, take it and think about it and tell the future leaders in this community not to do that because that sometimes feel like an insult. Lo que acabo de decir, y quiero hacer esto un eco de lo que dijo el concejal Hogan, hay muchas personas que toman la decisión de correr en posiciones de la municipalidad y no lo conocemos, no sabemos quiénes son personas que hacen llamadas, que vienen a nuestra asociación y dicen quiero correr, quiero hablar contigo, pero nunca lo hemos visto comprometido con nuestra comunidad. Y tienen que dejar de hacer eso. Si ustedes están pensando ser líderes en esta comunidad, quieren estar en una posición importante, involúcrense, conozcan nuestras necesidades, conozcan cómo pueden extender sus manos para poder decir, soy un líder que realmente me preocupa mi comunidad. Llévense eso con usted y compártanlo, porque realmente no podemos seguir dándole la vuelta a ese círculo y haciendo lo mismo como si fueran payasos. Realmente no podemos hacer esto. Tenemos que trabajar y tenemos que darnos a conocer quiénes somos, cuál es nuestra misión para trabajo en esta comunidad y cómo podemos ayudar no solamente a los latinos, pero a la comunidad de la ciudad de Lynn. How to help not only Latinos, but the community. This is community. Look around, look around. Look at so many different colors, so many faces, so many nationality. This is what it is. This is what the city of Lynn is, diversity. And we want to make sure that if you are a leader, that you're really doing your homework. Okay, and I just don't want to, I'm not looking for that. I just want you to take it with you. No estoy buscando que aplaudan, sino que se lleven ese mensaje con usted. Entonces, ahora vamos a empezar con City Council at Large, Councilors at Large. And I'm going to go with those that are in position now as councilors at large, and then I will go with those candidates. So starting with the lady, Nicole McLean. Por acá.
Hello, everyone. Good evening. Thank you, Francis, for putting this on. I also ran last cycle, and this event was awesome. So thank you again for allowing us to come here and address the community and introduce ourselves to everyone. My name is Nicole McLean. I am the founder and president of North Shore Juneteenth Association. I am also an educator working at the Salvation Army right now as the director of their after-school program. I am born and raised in the city of Lynn and graduated from Lynn Tech High School. I am pursuing my master's in educational leadership and policy currently, and I have my bachelor's degree in early education. So that's some of my resume, not all of it. I've been working with community organizations in Lynn for very long, and this is without a seat at the table. With a seat at the table, I'm sure I can definitely make more changes than I already have. I have put on events such as the Diversity Matters Festival. I have worked with North Shore Latino Business Association with their Entre Nosotros subcommittee that they have for the women in business. I have worked with New Lynn Coalition to serve food to people during COVID. I have done a lot of community work, and that's without a seat at the table. My work ethic is impeccable, and I will do this job beyond more than I can. Oh, sorry. So please follow me on my website, NicoleForLynn.com, and give me one of your 4 votes for Counselor at Large. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we'll call Brian Field.
Buenas noches. First, thank you, Francis and North Shore Latino Business Association for hosting this forum tonight. It's a beautiful evening in downtown Lynn. I want to congratulate all the candidates that are running this year. My name is Brian Field. I am currently serving in my 3rd term as Counselor at Large, one of 4 counselors at large that serve of 11. I'm a proud member of the North Shore Latino Business Association personally, but I've also been a member through the Solomini Funeral Home for many years before being elected. I've been with Solomini Funeral Home for over 25 years, and the relationship that we have with North Shore Latino Business Association is just what Francis described it as. It's an important relationship that helps build me better character as a funeral director and how to better serve the Latino population throughout the city, and ideas that Francis and the members of the Latino Association have shared with us. It makes us a better business. And that's what they've done and earned their trust on with members of the council, with members in government, with members throughout the business community and residents throughout the city. They do serve an important position here in the city. Some of the things that I'm proud of: when first elected just over 5.5 years ago in 2017, the city was facing a $14.5 million deficit where we had to solve those issues. That final payment will be made this September. I hope I can once again earn one of your 4 votes to continue serving on the City Council. Thank you again.
Thank you. And now I'm going to call Mr. Bryant LaPierre.
Thank you, Francis. I marvel at this statement here. We are the premier and largest Latin business organization in the area. That is a testament to Francis's leadership, to your organization that gets stronger each and every year. I look at the faces of the audience. You represent our small business community, and I can see the struggles on those faces as well, the nervousness, the abilities to not know when you can make payroll or not. COVID struck us for a total loss in the city. It was only through grants and other things that kind of kept you afloat, but it did not grow you. We need to support you. Down the street, this city hall is your city hall. We will work our hardest to support your businesses. You're the lifeblood of our city. You're not big major corporations. We need to sit with our small business community, build upon it, make it safer, cleaner, so that our downtown and throughout our city flourish as a small business community. You will always have my support whenever you need it down the hall. We will always be there for you, and in under a minute, I can't emphasize enough, but I will stick around and speak to you individually. If you have other concerns, please let me know. I look forward to continuing our work together and humbly ask for one of your 4 votes on September the 5th and November the 7th. But thank you all for what you do collectively as a business association in our city. Thank you.
Now I'm going to call Mr. Hunt-Net.
It's hard to follow Brian LaPierre. Francis, thank you so much for having me here, Latino Business Association. I thank you for having me here tonight. I'm honored to be here and so wonderful to see all of you again tonight. It is a beautiful evening this in downtown. And my name is Hong Net. If you don't know my name, I've been in the council for a while. I forgot, so 12 years. So also I want to congratulate your organization for 12 years. Happy anniversary. Also, I started my political journey 12 years ago as well, so we both pretty much started at the same time. I always support your organization. I attend the first fundraiser you had, so I continue to do it every year, so I will continue to do what I can to help you. I know that we need business to continue to strive, so we will find every opportunity, every tool, every dollar to help you to make sure our business continue to grow. And that's what we need. And for housing, we are proud to say that we passed inclusive zoning. So we have affordable housing, and we also have a new senior center. And also we have done a lot of things, pump station and a West Lane. So make sure the water won't flood all the time. So thank you so much for having me here, and ask for your support September 5th and November 7th. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Now I'm going to call Donald Castle.
Hi, everyone. Thank you. I just want to recognize Frances for all the hard work she does and her group does, and I appreciate you having us here. You provide some great services to our city, and I appreciate that. My name is Don Castle. I grew up about 2 blocks from here on Henry Avenue. Went to school on Franklin Street at Corbett Elementary School. Went to Lynn schools, Breed, Classical, went to UMass, and also graduated from law school. I love this city. Why am I running? I love this city. Anyone that knows me here, I've known a lot of people here for a long time. I love Lynn. It's where I grew up. It's where I'm going to stay my entire life. Why am I running? I have two basic themes. Accountability. If you say something and do something, it means something, right? Words mean something. And you got to be accountable for your actions. The second thing is one Lynn, bringing us all together as one city. I would propose once I'm elected is having groups from all over the city have a major summit and come together as a team and work as a team to get our problems solved. As I campaign throughout the city, the biggest issues I hear, which I will focus on, new schools, right? We need new schools in Lynn. The second issue is quality of life issues in our neighborhood. Everywhere I go, from up in Ward 1, downtown the Diamond District, everywhere, getting streets paved, getting trash picked up, right? Getting things fixed. I was down on Eastern Avenue at the Kings Beach Towers. They simply want a sign moved, and they're working on getting that done. We need to expedite that and be better to our neighborhoods. And the last thing I talk about all the time is fully funding our police departments, our fire departments, and our DPW to make sure they can do the jobs that we need them to do. With that said, thank you.
Next, Paul Gautreaux. Paul? You're ward councilor. Oh, wait. You know what? The list went down, so sorry for that, girls. No line. Anyhow, next will be Richard Fenton.
I thank the North Shore Latino Community Association for hosting this event. This is my first time running for a political office, so bear with me, please. I'm gonna keep within the 1 minute. Yes. My name is Richard Felton. I'm running for City Councilman at large for the city. I've been a resident for 37 years. I was not born and raised here. The military put me here. I did my service for 22 years in the Navy. I married my wife 40 plus years ago, still married to her. I have 3 children. They went through the school system here. I went off to college, got my degree in criminal justice. So I'm a dedicated person because I've seen this city, what it used to be. Now I look at it what it is today, and we need a change. We start with the people that are sitting here today that we are speaking about being elected into a position we have to be accountable for. And the accountability is to you, the citizens of Lynn, the Latino community, and the rest of the city. As I've been walking around this here city, all I can get is complaints, complaints, complaints. So we have to hold our political appointees, political electees accountable. We have to be accountable for everything goes on within this city. Thank you.
Next, I'm going to call Jose Manuel Encarnacion.
Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, I would like to thank Francis Martinez for hosting this great event today. I am a proud member, and I say it from the heart of my heart, from the bottom of my heart, I'm a proud member of the North Shore Latino Business Association since the beginning, since it was founded. So I'm proud member. As I said, Jose Manuel Encarnacion is my name. I'm married. My wife is here supporting me. I'm father of 6 children. I have a big family, 13 brothers and sisters. My family own a few businesses in the city of Lynn. I graduated from UMass Boston, from also, just 1 minute. The reason I'm running is because I love the city of Lynn. I've been part of so many organizations since I moved here as a teenager, and I want to give back to the community. I am ready to serve the city of Lynn. I ask for your vote. I ask for one of you 4 votes in September 5th and November 7th. Mi nombre es José Encarnación, estoy corriendo para City Council at Large. Le doy las gracias a Francis Martínez, ya me tocó la campanita. Muchísimas gracias, pido su voto. Tenemos una gran oportunidad para tener el primer latino en el City Hall. Please vote, September 5th.
Next, Rogelio García.
Good evening, everyone. Mi nombre es Rogelio García. Estoy corriendo para concejal general. Muchísimas gracias, Francis, por este bonito evento. Le agradezco con el alma que por favor voten por mí en septiembre 5 y noviembre 7. La razón por la cual yo estoy corriendo es porque estoy muy agradecido por esta ciudad. Me ha dado demasiado. Soy el dueño de April's. Tengo un restaurante aquí cerquita. And I'm very, very proud of what I've done with myself. Thank you very much. And for those English speaking, I just want to let you know my name is Roger Garcia. I'm running for council at large. Please, I appreciate one of your votes. And September 5th and November 7th. I'm a proud member of the Latino Business Association. Also, I run April's restaurant down the street. I'm a little nervous. I'm married to a beautiful wife. She's sitting right here with me. I have 4 children, and I just want to give back to the city. I want to help, and the city needs a lot of help, and I'm here for that. Please vote for me, and thank you.
You have a second left. Ok. Bueno, entonces ahora vamos a la área de los concejales de distrito. Ward councilors, we're going to have the introduction of all those candidates. But I also want to mention again, the North Shore Latino Business Association was established 2011, almost 800 members, and almost more than 50% of that membership is from the city of Lynn. And that's the reason why we do this, because we want you to know that this organization is helping those that are really taking charge of the economy of the city. Que todos estos pequeños negocios tenemos, desde el 2011, esta organización fue establecida casi con 800 miembros y la membresía tiene más de un 50% que son miembros de la ciudad de Lynn, o sea, que tienen negocio en la ciudad de Lynn. Nosotros somos una gran parte de la economía, de la fuerte economía de esta ciudad, y por eso nosotros hacemos este evento aquí en esta ciudad para que ustedes tomen en cuenta la importancia de los pequeños negocios. Seguimos pues Ward 1, and I'd like to call Mr. Paul Gautreaux.
Thank you, Francis, and thank you all for coming tonight. Thanks for the Lynn Police Department and the city DPW for making us safe in this street. Really appreciate that. I just met Francis tonight, and this is my first time at the North Shore Latino Business Association. I'm running for Ward 1 Councilor, and as you might know, there's 6 candidates running for that seat. The reason I'm running is I found out that people were very unhappy in the ward. I never even considered running for Ward Council, but until I learned that people were very unhappy. And that really got to me because I did 4 years in the military. I did 40 years at GE Aviation, and you'd think I would retire finally, but no. I want to serve the people of Ward 1, and I want to make them happy. Touching upon what Richard said earlier, the way the city was, the way the city is, I'd like us to focus on the way the city could be, okay? This city could be great because it's great already. And you might ask yourself, what would I do in Ward 1 to help the rest of the city? I hope to get elected to Ward 1, not only to help those folks up there, but also to work with the rest of the city council and make everyone in the city happy. So Paul Guthrow, Ward 1, appreciate your time.
Next, Peter Meany. Not here. Okay, next, Michael Satterwhite.
Hi, my name is Michael Satterwhite. I'm running for Ward 1 Councilor. Mi esposo es Andrea Satterwhite. Hola, ¿cómo está? I'm a proud member of the North Shore Latino Business Association. Aside from that, I'm a proud supporter financially. If you go into the office, you'll see a plaque with my family's name on it because I believe in the mission that Frances put forth each and every day. As a member, I saw exactly what she did during COVID when she helped hundreds of local businesses fight back against just the uncertainty. As your ward councilor for Ward 1, I'm going to work on accessibility, affordability, activities, and public safety. Those are 4 things that impact us all every single day, and we need someone with the experience and background to do that. So that's why I'm running for Ward 1 Councilor, and I would hope for your vote on September 5th because it does go from 6 to 2, so that vote is very important. If you don't live in Ward 1, reach out to people that you know that live there and let them know, vote Michael Satterwhite on September 5th. Gracias.
Next, well, I want to excuse Jennifer Long. She did call the office and send an email to excuse herself. Next, I'm going to call Jeff Newhall.
Thank you very much. Thank you for hosting this event. This is great. My name is Jeff Newhall. I'm a candidate for Ward 1 Councilor. I'm a lifelong resident of the city of Lynn. I was elected previously in 2001. I served 4 terms on the Lynn School Committee, which was really a great experience for me. While we're touching on that, one thing that we need to clarify, the school committee and city council at large members have already spoke. Do not vote for 4 or 6 people in the Ward 1 race. It won't go well for you. I'm running for Ward 1 Councilor because I'm a coach by kind of what I do most of the time. And to me, being a part of a team, building a team is very important to me. And being a member of the team that runs this city is something that I'm looking forward to as a city councilor, working with the city councilors, working with the school committee, working with the state delegation. There are a lot of things in this city that we can improve upon with city money, with state money, and we need to be on the same page to continue to move the city forward. Thanks again for having me. Jeff Newhall for Ward 1. Thank you.
Do we have Todd Bacon here? No? Okay. So I want to mention something about Ward 1. I have many family members that live in that ward. Majority of the time, people think that there's not many Latino that lives in that area, and there's a lot of investments. Those that are in the real estate know that a lot of Latinos are buying in that area. So don't forget them, it's very important. Seguimos pues con los concejales, las personas que están corriendo para el distrito número 2, Ward Councilor 2, and I'd like to call Obed Matur.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you, Francis, for hosting us today. My name is Joel Matul, and I'm running for Ward 2 City Councilor because I have the experience, I have the investment, and I have the commitment to lead Ward 2 and the city along with the elected councilors. I'm running because I want to improve the quality of life of every resident in Ward 2. I am a homeowner, I am a business owner, I'm a husband, my wife is here, I'm a father, my son and my daughter are here as well. I graduated from Lynn English High School. My wife graduated from Lynn English High School. My two oldest kids graduated from Lynn English High School. My daughter goes to Hood Elementary, and my campaign manager will be joining Hood Elementary pretty soon, and she's gonna keep an eye on all the school committee members. So what I'm trying to say is that Ward 2 is my home, my community, my neighborhood, and I'm ready to and committed to lead. Mi nombre es Joel Matul, estoy corriendo para concejal del Distrito 2 porque estoy comprometido para mejorar el estilo de vida de cada residente. Muchas gracias.
Next, let's call Elizabeth Figueroa.
Buenas noches. Mi nombre es Elizabeth Figueroa. Es mi segunda vez corriendo para concejal para el Distrito 2. Tengo viviendo en la ciudad de Lynn alrededor de 35 años. 8 de esos años lo tengo viviendo solamente en el Ward 2. Soy empresaria de pequeños negocios con mi familia. Aparte de eso también tengo mi primera casa que la compré en el Ward 2 hace 8 años. Tengo 2 hijos, soy esposa, soy madre, trabajo en affordable housing en un edificio para personas adultas y personas con necesidades de personas adultas. Trabajé como algunos 15 años trabajando con adultos también en inglés. Duré alrededor de ese tiempo, estuve trabajando con ellos, con personas con violencia doméstica. Soy trabajadora social y trabajo con seguro médico también de personas adultas. Y mis 2 hijos, uno de ellos es veterano, él hizo 8 años en el Army y el más pequeño se graduó recientemente de la universidad de 5 años. Los 2 están envueltos, se criaron y nacieron y se criaron aquí en la ciudad de Lynn. In English, I just want to say very quick before they give me the minutes. So thank you everyone for having me here. Like I said in Spanish, I've been living in Lynn for the past 35 years. 8 out of those years, I've been living in Ward 2. I'm very involved in the community. I have been involved in many organizations in here in the community. I work for affordable housing building. I'm a property manager at 2 buildings in Lynn for affordable housing. And I'm just looking to continue serving and providing service in the community. I also used to work for GLES, which is adult, working with adults. And I really appreciate if I can get your votes in September 5th and also in November 7th. Thank you and have a good night.
Okay, and next, we're going to Ward 3, and Ward 3 Councilor is on vacation. That's Coco. He did excuse himself from the beginning. El señor Coco es el concejal de la zona 3 y está de vacaciones y se excusó desde el principio. Así que goce sus vacaciones. Seguido, pues, vamos a la zona de número 4, el distrito 4, Councilor Ward 4. And I'd like to call Chris Gomez.
Buenas tardes, good afternoon. First of all, I would like to thank Francis for hosting this great event. I'm a proud member of the North Shore Latino Business Association as well. My name is Chris Gomez. I've been born and raised in Lynn my whole life. Attended Lynn Public Schools. Proud graduate of Lynn English. My bulldog's at. Yeah, and I want to run for city council because I'm passionate about helping people. And I think we live in a great ward, and we just need a council that's going to be active and proactive on fixing, our beach. I want to focus on cleaning the beach. The beach is a great asset to our city, and it's a shame that we can't use it properly. As well as quality of life issues. We hear a lot of complaining about speeding and the cleanliness of certain areas. I think it's important to focus on that as well. And I think I bring a unique perspective as I worked for the city for a couple of years, and I know the inner workings of many things, and I built up a great network within the city and in the state and federal government, and I think I'd be great. And thank you.
Seguido, quiero llamar, I'd like to call Natasha Magic Madry.
Thank you, everybody. My name is Natasha Meji Madry, and first I would like to definitely thank Francis and the North Shore Latino Business Association. I am also a member, one of 800. How amazing is that? Like, that's amazing. I think if you're not a member, please join, because we can go from 800 to 1,000 real quick, and you won't be disappointed. She definitely will support you. So my name, again, is Natasha Meji Madry, and I am running to be your Ward 4 City Councilor. Why am I running? Because I am tired of my family and my community suffering and struggling in this community. We need to do better. So many people that I've talked to on the doors are very sad because they're gonna have to leave Lynn. Housing is a big, huge problem that needs to be addressed right now. It can't wait any longer. We must do more. There's so much resources in our city, but not everybody knows how to access them. So we need to do better to communicate those resources. I am running to help to bring those voices to the table. If you ever felt like your voice doesn't matter, I want to advocate to make sure that you know that your voice does matter. And I understand if you haven't voted in a while because you don't think it'll make any difference, but I'm here to explain to you that it will make a difference. We will come out and vote. People died for the right to vote. It is so important to come out to vote at every election if you're able to. Please go out and vote. I will be accessible, I will be responsible, and I will call you back. Please vote for me on Natasha on September 5th. Sorry, thank you. 1 minute is just not enough. I'm sorry.
So the more people we have running in the city, we're gonna have to go down to 30 seconds. Anyhow, let me call Ms. Donna Capola.
Thank you, Francis, for having this today. Actually, I was on the school committee when Francis worked for the school department, and I was sad to see you leave, but you made something better, so that's a good thing. My name's Donna Capola, and I'm running for Ward 4 City Council also. And I sat on the school committee for 12 terms, and I am married to my husband, Harry. I have 4 children, 7 grandchildren, and I was a foster parent in 19. All of them in Lynn Public Schools, and most of them here still living in the community. The big thing that I say about Ward 4 is a fabulous ward. Goes from the beach to High Rock Tower and over to Beacon Hill Avenue. And it's a great place to live. The big thing that I would say is it's part of it is Union Street, and we're blessed to have all of those small businesses. You suffered during COVID, and I know that Mass Development came, and they have put somebody down there, Tristan Foley, who should be helping, to give you support down there. So I'll be checking on that, but I'm here, and I'd love one of your votes. Thank you.
Thank you. I'd like to also excuse Ward Councilor 5, Diana Shakutis. She excused herself, and she wish you well all, and thank you for the support that you give this community. That was her words. And also, President of the City Council and Ward Councilor 7, John J. Walsh, also excused himself, and he said that he would love to be here, but he had another commitment, and he did immediately when he got the invitation, gave us a call. Así que muchas gracias a ellos. Pues aquí tenemos una señora que está en el comité escolar y está corriendo en esa área y acaba de llegar, tenía un compromiso previo y está aquí con nosotros. Today we have here with us a school committee candidate. She had a commitment prior to us, and she's here now, Sandra Lopez.
Saludo. Quiero darle las gracias a Latino Business por tomarme en cuenta y hacerme la invitación a este evento. Mi nombre es Sandra López y agradezco mucho el hecho de que cada uno de ustedes se haya tomado el tiempo en venir acá y apoyarnos. Estoy corriendo para School Committee porque estoy muy interesada en apoyar a los niños que tienen disabilidades y tienen problemas para tener acceso a muchos programas que ellos necesitan. También quiero tener la voz para los padres que tienen estos niños y no han tenido la oportunidad de ser ayudados en la manera que ellos necesitan. También quiero ser parte del School Committee porque yo quiero tener una mejor dirección a los recursos que se obtienen en la escuela y tener una mejor disposición de ese dinero para programas que puedan ayudar a los niños para tener una mejor educación, una mejor dirección y que al final de esos 12 años los niños puedan salir con un horizonte definido para una meta de lo que ellos quieren lograr en su vida. En la actualidad he visto que en todas las entrevistas que les he hecho a los niños, precisamente del linktr, allá yo estoy dando clases de cocina y de floristería. Entonces los niños se han acercado a mí y me han dicho que ellos necesitan tener una profesora que pueda entender las necesidades que ellos tienen y que puedan ser ayudados. Entonces, al final de la jornada quiero decirles que cuento con el voto de ustedes. Estoy un poco nerviosa. Cuento con el voto de ustedes y perdónenme un poquito, pero que estoy muy nerviosa. Vine en un accidente y la verdad he perdido un poquito el control para expresar todo lo que quería decir.
No nervios, ¿ok? Si usted tomó la decisión de correr, no nervios, ¿ok? Represente bien a su comunidad y muchas gracias por hacer lo que está haciendo. So, no nerves. If you're running for a position at the city, you already took that courage and just continue strong. Thank you.
Así lo haré. Así lo estoy haciendo, pero en el día de hoy fue muy mal.
So before we start with the questions, I want to have the audience, if they have any questions, to do so. We are supposed to be here to 8, but let's try to make it to 7:30 if we can. But I also want to recognize the support and the assistance for this evening. I want to call, where's my students? Where's all my students? Por acá? Where's Dominic? Where's Gabriel? I want to recognize these students. They are summer job students. They already finished last week, but we negotiate for them to be here today. And I gave them 2 days off for them to be here. Where's Dominic? Can you find Dominic? I don't want him to be shy, but Gabriel, Monica, and Dominic, and we also have Daphne, who's already in KIP, and she wasn't able to be here. Thank you so much. I hope you learn during the process, the time that you were here, you learn about your community, learn about small business, and I hope you come back next year. Thank you for Mass Hired North Shore Career Center. You have to have a seat. I'd also like to thank my staff, Liza, Bianca, and Giselle. They do a fab work. They do very good. And they're in charge of the North Shore Latino Business Association Gala Annual Dinner coming up September 17th. If you have not got your ticket yet and you like to go, don't wait till last minute because last year, 2 weeks prior, we were sold out and we're getting close to that. Así que si van a comprar boleta para ir a la noche de gala de la asociación, estas son las muchachas encargadas. Ellas están trabajando con esto y no esperen el último minuto para que no pase como el año pasado. 2 semanas antes del evento estuvimos totalmente agotados, no había más boletas para participar y si quieren acompañarnos, háganlo ahora. Muchas gracias. Now, questions. ¿Algunas preguntas? Por favor, Basilio, venga acá. Venga para acá, para acá. Basilio Encarnación, comerciante casi 30 años, casi.
30 y pico.
Tiene 32 años de edad.
Yo no tengo una pregunta. Yo tengo un comentario y esto va para los concejales y los concejales al large y los que van corriendo para concejales. I believe that the city of Lynn, and that going to the council at large and the new candidate, I believe that the city of Lynn is one of the cities that has, I would say, excuse me if I'm lying, but I believe it's one of the cities that has the worst, traffic, should I say? I mean, over here, like the drivers, they have no respect for, one of the candidates was saying something about that, had no respect for the, for pedestrian, not for the red light, and I believe this city need, like Swanska would say, that they need like camera in some places of the city. They have no, especially me, myself, I have called the traffic department to complain about the people speeding or going on red light, especially on those like a school session of the city. They have no respect for the light. And I would say that sometimes the police will see those people going by in red light and they will ignore those drivers. We need a better city. We have a good city, but we need a better city. Thank you.
Próximo, cualquier pregunta que tenga.
Hola a todos. Hi, everybody. So I'm not sure who to direct the question to. I live in Ward 4. My name's Evan Smith, but I guess I'll just open it to anyone who wants to ask. Lynn's Beach has been closed for more than 90% of the summer. And this hurts our small businesses, it hurts tourism in the city, and it also hurts our image as a city. So my question is, what is your take on the water quality issues on Kings Beach? And as councilor, what would you do to address these problems? Thank you, everybody.
So if I could have a councilor like to answer that question, or someone from the ward councilors if they have an answer to that. Okay, Councilor Large, ward councilors, and we're gonna have 30 seconds on that.
In answer to that, I am on the Beaches Commission for the state, and I have spoken with Brendan Crichton about this recently. The situation has affected a lot of cities during this summer because of the rain, but they have two solutions. One is the ultraviolet solution, and they have another solution of putting a pipe out further to mitigate some of the sewage. Both solutions are not viable. I see you shaking your head, but they are working on it. They do not have money. Again, they're trying to find funding in order to combat this issue, but I do look forward to working with the people that are in this struggle with us, because it is a struggle.
Thank you. The ultraviolet treatment of the outflow of the pipes going into the ocean is a $25 million bill. Sending the outflow further out into the ocean is $80 million. So to me, the $80 million outfall pipe in the ocean is off the table. What we need to do is to try to get the $25 million, and the state legislator is working on that. But what we also need to do is to go upstream to the 20 miles of tributaries in both Swampscott and Lynn that feed the Stacy Brook, and determine the illegal hookups and determine the sources and stop the sources. So it's a two-prong approach. get the 25 million for the UV protection at the building, and go upstream and work on the tributaries. I know for a fact that Swampscott and Lynn has $2.5 million each to work on the tributaries, and we need to get more of that money so we can find all the sources and clean up the beach once and for all.
Well, I think we all know that this is not going to be an easy fix, and not a quick one either. I think what's more important here is getting the funding for it and being very pushy and persistent with our state and federal government, and just never quitting. The squeaky wheel will tend to get things fixed, and as a ward councilor, I would try to be that. And I've secured a lot of funding for the city in the past, and I'd give it my best effort and be very insistent and persistent on this. I think an $80 million fix for a beach that serves so much people in the community isn't that expensive at all, and we should prioritize this as a city. Thank you.
There are a lot of properties that are hooked up to the sewer system, and that's a problem because they're not hooked up legally. But we don't want to waste our money doing things. The UV is really only a secondary fix for cleaning it up. You have to have something else. In Swampscott and Lynn, neither one of them is talking about what else they need to do before they would go into UVs. And putting a pipe out there is unrealistic. You're just pushing the sewerage back out further, and then what happens? I live right on the beach. There's been red flags the entire summer. I see all these people trying to fish out there, and it breaks my heart because I'm not even sure if it's safe for them to be eating the shrimp. If we can't swim, why are we having people eat fish that they're fishing from? So it's a very sad situation, but we don't want to waste money. Whatever we do, we want it to be done correctly and be it for a long term, not a short-term solution.
Ok, una pregunta más, solamente una más. Her, and then do I have a student? Okay, and I also have a student. Come this way because we're going to be finishing up. Okay.
Good evening, my name is Carmen Martinez. I'm a Ward 4 resident, and I think my question is towards all the councilors. I have come to learn that many businesses in Lynn do not recycle. How would you educate and enforce recycling to ensure that businesses in Lynn are correctly disposing of the waste that they create?
Anyone? Okay. Michael and Obed.
As a former school committee member, I can tell you that education is everything. Every student learns differently, and so instruction is very important. I know that when the city was getting the contract with the recycling company, we had put money aside to hire people that would go around the city to explain what was recyclable and what wasn't, and the benefits of it. And I actually know one of the former employees. She had a blast doing it throughout the city. And some wards were better than others with regards to the recycling. But now you'll still see billboards around the city where they'll actually say, hey, this is not recyclable, this is recyclable. So education is key. Teaming up with associations like the North Shore Latino Business Association, the Greater Lynn Chamber of Commerce, and other organizations to get directly to these businesses to advise them of the benefits of recycling is also important. Our environment, we only have one environment, so it's important to protect it. Thank you.
I also agree with Mike. I think education is key, and everything starts at home. We need to educate our kids to recycle and basically build them. But I also think that enforcement is an important part of this issue. The city needs to start enforcing a lot of laws. A lot of businesses have trash barrels, have dumpsters open, which attract a lot of rats, a lot of trashes around the city. So I think we need to enforce that. And one of my initiatives is going to be start pushing for composting. I've met with a couple of people specifically from Cook Street Playground. And I'm gonna work with them to get an area so that we can have a drop-off location for composting, because cleaner neighborhoods are gonna lead to safer neighborhoods.
And I just want to touch on the recycling. I'm not a ward counselor, but I am part of the litter subcommittee. And Brian Field is a member, and also Diana Chakutis, Councilor Chakutis. And they collaborate with the school, Lynn Public Schools, and what we do is we have a poster contest where we're engaging students and educating them about recycling, which is very important, and it's very key and fundamental for our future and for our city to maintain clean. So that's one of the approaches that the litter committee does, and that's we have a poster contest every year, and they engage students, and it really encourages, and we go out throughout the school. Member Castellano and Member Dugan, Lorraine Gattelli, no, Gately, I just want to correct that, it's Gately. No, so we go around the schools and educating the kids about the littering and recycling and keeping our earth safe and our future safe. Thank you.
Yes, I think the education on recycling is essential, and it should be promoted in various different languages throughout the city. But I think as a city, we have to set the example. All our events should be no waste events, composting. Other cities are doing it. I worked for Beverly. I had a huge senior day in the park, over 500 people, and we had one trash bag full of trash. Everything was compostable. And I think as a city of this size, our buildings should have solar panels. We should be moving towards electrifying all our city vehicles. We should have geothermal heating in our newer buildings, and it will save the city a lot of money, and there's a lot of incentives and grants in that as well. So I think it's a win-win, and we should be really promoting that and doing our best to move into a greener society in Lynn. Thank you.
Thank you for that great question. I think when we get elected, we need to sit down with organizations like North Shore Latino Business Association, who have 800 members, and I think if we can sit down with all those members, we can educate. They mention education. I think it's key. We need to educate them. And so many buildings with so many residents, they only have a dumpster there, and they put all the trash in there. No, I don't see no building recycling, and we need to educate those residents also. We need to work hard on that. We need to sit down seriously, because we need a clear city, and we need to have a better place for all of us to live. Thank you.
But I also, I'm going to be redundant, but majority of them, they already expressed what I want to say. But at the same time, also, we have to put more funding as well, and bring in together DPW, the Department of Public Health, and members, leader in the community as well, to come on board. So education is the foundation, like all they say. And I'm sorry, but part of my thing that I want to say, Chris say it, but green, I'm really supportive with the green environment. Thank you.
Recycling, the key is school, buildings, like they say, the residents, business owners. There are basically the people that represents the community. Business owners are the first people that connect to the community. So if we all come together and put a plan and we get it out and we make sure that we utilize all the communication, I think we could do a better way of recycling in the city. Now, I want to call Monica. She has a question. A student, let's give her a pause.
Hello. Hi, I have a question for the people who are running for school committee. Closer?
Yes.
What?
Louder?
Louder?
Yes.
Here? Okay, thank you. Hi, I have a question for the people who are running for the schools committee. As many people have said today, Lynn is a city of diversity and also diverse ability, and many people of color. I would like to know if you are planning on allocating funding to make schools more inclusive for people with special needs and people of color, if you have any plans.
So first of all, that was an amazing question, and I just want to shout out to the Lynn Public Schools for educating a student who understands the difference between diversity, equity, and inclusion, because those are three very different things. I think the first thing that is important here is that we have to understand that equity is not a one-size-fits-all approach. And the wonderful thing about the diversity we have in our schools is that languages like our compañeros programs are being taught dual to students as young as preschool, kindergarten, first grade, second grade. There is a plan and there is money to scale that all the way up. Currently, North Shore Community College issues seals of biliteracy, so students who are coming through the Lynn Public Schools can continue through either early college or through their associate's degree, get a seal of biliteracy, which is a nationally recognized seal, and it can help them with their employment. That is just one way that we're specifically addressing language diversity in the schools. And I could go on and on, but I want to make sure that everyone else gets an opportunity. Thank you very much.
All right, I got 35. So student voice, right? I want to thank the student for coming up and taking the time and courage to ask that question. It's my obligation and duty to active voice student voice as a school committee member. And it is my obligation to get those priorities to the table. For the last 2 years, I was working on the diversity and equity inclusion position. And it's an executive level position that the mayor and the whole district got involved to develop. Took about 2 years to make happen, and we had our first hire, and I'm so excited because it turns the talk into fruition. It turns the plans and strategies that we need to see into reality instead of talking. So I think it's vital that that position is now well funded. I want to thank my colleagues who supported it unanimously. And as a Latino, I was born in Caracas, Venezuela, the son of an immigrant. My mother's from Peru, Lima, Peru as well. I was born there, came here when I was 3 years old to Lynn, Massachusetts. I am the walking American dream. I am a homeowner. I am somebody who's getting married on October 21st to the love of my life. I plan on raising my children here, and I'm gonna make everyone proud. And I think it's very important to continue to advocate for your candidate, to fight for opportunities in this city, and to fight for time.
All right, following Brian, it's tough. I think, thank you for the question, by the way. I always say what best job part of the school committee is hearing from students, and being an educator myself, it's such a joy to hear the articulate questions that you guys formulate for us. But I think the hires that we've made over the last probably year and a half, especially in the upper administration, Dr. Alvarez obviously being one, the new principal at Lynn English, Dr. Pena. So I think the people that we're hiring as of late allow the children to see themselves in somebody that's reached a high level of success in their careers and in their lives. And if children can see themselves in the people that are in control of them, if children can see themselves in the people that are, in charge of our schools, they can see themselves doing that as well. So I think that's a really important part that I wanted to make sure we pointed out. So again, thank you for that question. Very thoughtful, and thank you.
Good evening. Thank you for that question. Speaking specifically to disabilities, having a child with special needs, I understand those needs. I understand every family's different. Every child is different. And speaking with families here in the city, I've heard some good things about some schools. I've heard some things that can be improved. But I think a big part of it is education, educating families and understanding that as a parent of a student in the Lynn Public Schools with the child with disabilities, you have a lot of power, and you need to advocate for your child. And you are the voice for your child, and understanding how to maneuver around that world and how to maneuver around in that field is very important. And having somebody at the table that knows how to do that and is willing to educate families is going to be crucial. And when it speaks to diversity, me being a Latino from Colombia, my wife being Dominican, having 4 kids, she moved here 2 years ago, didn't speak any English, so I see firsthand a lot of triumphs, but also a lot of struggles from them. and being in all three levels from elementary school to middle school to high school, understanding that you have to kind of look the role and play the role, because that will definitely play a big part in their success, and understanding that if they have somebody that looks like them, that talks like them, they're more prone to listen to them and actually learn. So having that background as well, you know, will definitely help out, and bringing that voice to the table is going to be huge as well. Thank you.
I believe that when we talk about inclusivity, we must talk about parents and the importance of parents being included in the education of the children. So when you say, when you mention that Lynn is a diverse community with so many different languages and nationality, it makes me excited because I'm part of that. I am an English learner. I am somebody that struggled with the language. I understand the struggles of parents to communicate with the people that are teaching their children, you know, the importance of understanding what's happening with their kids and how they can help, how they can better serve their children. So I believe that we need to make a better approach at including parents and at creating services and programs that will include parents, language programs, you know, ways that we can actually reach out to them because different cultures perceive differently. Okay, I'm glad to hear that we do have a new superintendent that, you know, is diverse, that is Hispanic, that can understand, you know, as you know, we are the majority, you know, the Hispanic. So we do need somebody that understands the importance of including Hispanics and every other culture so that we can all be better at serving our students so that they can actually graduate at higher numbers. That's just my thought.
Hi, I'm gonna agree with all of those candidates I already say, but I'm gonna talk about the disability, the inclusion, and the equality services. So my question is, how everybody talking about all these services while we don't work first with the root, that is the house, the parents, the house, the school, and then the direction that the kid receiving from the roof. For we to have all of these addressed together, we need to work first with the roof. Then after, we could be talking about equity, we can talking about inclusive, and we can talk about respect. Because everybody talking about all of that, but nobody talking about the respect. After you have all those things, then you can get all of that. And then about the disability kids, I have a program for them that I want to be put it on the table as soon as I get in the school committee table. And then I also want to use the money in the real program that they're going to be deserved, and they're going to have a better services that they have in the actual time. Thank you.
I won't touch the mic this time. One of the reasons I was inspired to run was because my wife is a special ed teacher in Lynn, and I see a lot of things that, you know, are concerning. One, with the physical infrastructure, which you mentioned. I've heard of, you know, when we build new schools, spaces aren't always used for its intended use. So when we're building new schools and improving schools, we're going to make sure we incorporate these spaces and that they stay for those uses. The other things are IEPs and just generally parents knowing how to advocate for their kids. There's a huge difference in kids who have parents who know how to advocate and those who don't. And that's not right. Whether, you know, the parent is all the time in the world or, you know, works 3 jobs, they should know what their options are and how to use them. So that's all I got, but thank you so much.
Thank you very much for the question. That's a very good question. As a member of the subcommittee of the Diversity, Equity, Inclusion, we've been working very hard, and like Mr. Castellano said, that we work hard, and we finally at the administrative level, we have a Diversity, Equity, Inclusion officer. If you're a parent of the Lynn Public Schools, the Lynn Teachers Union, the administration, and I would say the last couple of years has done a great job of communicating. We send out emails, we send out text messages. If you're a parent of an LPS student, I'm pretty sure we've done a good job on communicating. I want to thank the teachers, the administration for doing a good job with that, because that's something that we emphasize. I was part of the search committee for the new superintendent, and I am proud to say that we have, for the very first time, we have a Hispanic superintendent in the Lynn Public Schools, and we've gone a long way. And that's something that I've been very passionate, especially a parent of students that had IOPs. And I remember being a single dad at one time. I had no clue how to navigate, and now I want to be, and that's what I am. I'm a parent for a school committee. Thank you.
I want to talk directly to you. I want to tell you that, first of all, the school committee hired a new special ed director, and his name is Oscar Touye. And he is all about inclusivity of all students. And I know exactly what you're talking about, because we have had a runaround at Lynn English, all last year about our special needs students and how we're going to make them inclusive. And I also would like to tell everyone here that high school students from Lynn Public Schools graduate with that biliteracy, bilingual biliteracy too. So thank you very much. Thank you for the question. Was that fast?
Monica, thank you for that question. When I listened to your question, I could see myself. I am not originally from the United States of America. I am a foreigner as well, and even though I speak English, my culture is different. So when we talk about inclusiveness, inclusivity, and diversity, let's not forget that we have other cultures, different cultures in Lynn, as one of the candidates said. So it is important that when we are looking at hiring or voting for candidates, I am encouraging you to be intentional about your vote. I would like to be at the table as someone of a diverse background because I can relate to your issues. Educating families that they have rights, they don't know that they have rights. Educating them that they have rights is one of the places to begin, so that they can move accordingly and to interact. Working with, also making, I'm sorry, I'm drawing a blank, making, what is it, I'm sorry, relationships. Ensuring that we don't talk about just reaching out to families. Families, in order for them to engage, need to feel respected, need to know that we understand their issues. We're interested in learning about them, their culture. That is how they're going to engage. I've heard this time and time again walking out. They said, it doesn't matter anyway what I say. I don't feel like I'm a part of it because nobody calls me, nobody comes to my home. Let's partner with companies or agencies in the area that works with families so that we can engage them. Thank you so much.
Okay. This has nothing to do being Latinos, that we are finishing later than 7:30. Just want to be clear. No, I want to thank you everyone for being here tonight, all the candidates, all the officials, city officials that have been here tonight. You honor us, we invited you, you came along, and this is also inclusivity because you're being part of a community that is trying to work together with everyone. Estoy muy agradecida de todos estar aquí presentes esta noche. Nosotros terminar pasado de las 7:30 no es nada de ser latino. Ustedes fueron los culpables de esto. Pero de todo modo, muchísimas gracias. Nos hicieron el honor de su presencia. Le hicimos la invitación, llegaron aquí y como nosotros también somos la diversidad y somos la inclusividad y todo lo que tiene que ver de nosotros compenetrarnos, ustedes nos hicieron el honor de estar aquí. Muchísimas gracias. Buenas noches. Don't forget, vote on September what? And November what? Okay, el 5 de septiembre. y el 7 de noviembre, dígale a sus vecinos, a sus familiares que hay que presentar su voto. Muchas gracias. Thank you all.